great seeing both of you guys again. It's been a while.
Hi,
Yeah.
Jay.
First, you know what, Jack? I want to start with you because I've been watching your career ever since it, and my God, we are who we are. I mean, really amazing stuff, dude.
Thank you
Really
so
amazing
much.
stuff.
Thank you.
Uh, what was it you've been doing? You know, with this and the Luca, you've been kind of diving into animation. What is the appeal for you to do this kind of work?
Um, I just get the part and I do it. No, I love it. It's super fun. I love animation. It's so much fun because anything is possible.
Hmm.
I guess you could say the same for live action, but it's different. You can get away with more in animation, and there's less liabilities for doing crazy stuff like jumping off cliffs or rolling down hills and stuff. And there's no such thing as animated
This is
stunt
true.
actors, and so that's good. I love it. It's so much fun.
That's true.
And also, you don't have to memorize your
And
lines.
Zach, oh, yeah, that's true. You can just read it, right?
Yeah.
You don't have to worry about that. Zach, I've obviously been a fan of yours for a long time. I've always been impressed with you do what you do. You do something with these kinds of roles that I don't think many people can. What was your appeal to taking on this character, and what did you like about him?
Uh, well, I think the message of the movie was the main reason I wanted to do it. I wasn't. I'm 52, and I was wondering when there were stories that are going to be told about warning of technology, because I've kind of been miffed by that we don't talk about it.
Yeah.
And here we are now, and we're just now starting to talk about it more and more. So the message of the movie was really great. I also I used to get frustrated at actors when they would go, "Well, I did a children's movie, because I have a 7-year-old at home." I'm like, "No, you didn't. You did it because they offered you the role. That's not true. Um, it's just not true." Um, but I have to say, I did get to take my kids to the movie, and they saw it, and they were, without being cynical, to watch kids, especially your own kids, enjoy something is I don't know, as simple as that. It is nice.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I
Yeah.
think you said this about technology, and you're absolutely right. We're addicted. Social media is becoming a monster. I guess it's been a monster for a while. Uh, what is both of your connection? I mean, how closely do you get involved with social media? How quickly do you have to have the phone in your hand? I mean, what did that? I guess, Jack, you're younger. What about you? What with
Yes.
you know? Yeah. How do you approach social media? Are you careful with it?
Um, you know, yes, but obviously, I grew up being on social media. Social media was like my obligation when I started acting. It's like, okay, now you have to get an Instagram account and you have to post about the movies that you're doing and everything. And as a kid, obviously, I'm getting distracted and I'm going on live streams and saying things that I shouldn't probably say, and getting in trouble for it just because I guess I mean, but so that's a thing that I had to learn about, and because there's so much judgment, it's a very big toxic playground, and it's not a great place for children to grow up and
Hmm.
make mistakes and learn from them because their whole world is there to judge you as a 12-year-old boy. So it's kind of ridiculous. But overall, I do think that social media sure has its benefits. Um, but overall, I do think that it's a very, very, very toxic community.
No, Zach, you mentioned your kids. How do you approach dealing with them and kind of entering this world? I know personally, I don't want my kid on that at all. So I don't know about you.
James, my hope is that 30 years from now, I mean, this is not going to happen,
Yeah.
but the next generation will go, "I saw how it ruined that generation, and we ain't going to do that. We're not going to be glued to our phones." I treat my cell phone like a landline.
Hmm.
I put it down and walk away from it. I don't have it on my person a lot because
Wow.
we're in a time of too much communication. I can't think if I'm interrupted that much. I mean, me personally, I just can't. I can't, you know. And as far as social media, look, it's these things that we have in our hands, they're designed to make us addicted.
Yeah.
There's a design element. There's meetings in a boardroom with a presentation and 30 jerk-offs sitting there telling us, how can we take advantage of these people? That's a real thing.
Yeah.
And I'm glad that there's a movie, not that it's too heavy-handed here, but at least, I think thematically there's some movies that are starting to come out, for children that are warning children of this stuff.
Yeah.
Well, I think that's important too. I think that's one of the things there's certain genres, I would say even horror, but especially family films, I feel like you can get away with kind of ingraining some good ideas, positive ideas, which would, if you did it in a drama, it would be schmaltzy or cheesy, or people would be offended by it. I think you have a little more room. I don't know if you agree with that.
Oh yeah,
Well,
good observation. Mm-hmm.
I think
Yeah.
comedy is a buffer that allows you to message certain things that you can't do in a preachy narrative, maybe, as you were saying.
Yeah, yeah. And I take it you agree with that, Zach. Or Jack. Sorry.
Yeah. I definitely do. I definitely do. Yes, because I think that, and like I said before, in animation, anything is possible. And you're like, I think that here's a strange example, but I think like on a show like Family Guy, the fact that it's animated, I think that they got away with a lot more than they could have if it were a live action movie with Seth MacFarlane.
Mhm.
Because it's animation, you forget that it's much easier to convey a story, just like as it were with like what's it called, Granny Goose stories. They have huge adult themes, very big morals and messages, but it's told in the stories of forms of like Ugly Duckling and all this stuff. So it's an easy pill to swallow, but it's a hard message.
Yeah, well, and I also feel that these three directors technically, I've seen much of their previous work. What was it like working with them and kind of finding the vibe and finding the way to tell the story? I guess, Zach, for you.
Well, I mean, these animated projects are usually very, very. There's really great professional people that have done a lot of great work before they get there. With this, it was there was a trickiness, which was just finding that non-emotional voice. But these producers and directors, they come from a comedy background.
Mm-hmm.
That I guess I was familiar with before I started working on. One of them worked for Alan Partridge or Steve Coogan, and that alone is enough for me. So yeah, it was the relationship between, I think, people, whether they're from England, United States, Spain, that comedy language is there. There's always a comedy language, and I feel comfortable around that comedy language, and those guys had it for sure.
Do you feel the same, Jack?
I do, definitely. Yeah, I think that comedy definitely has a language, and also it's the story is relatable, and it's told through a lens that's funny and just gorgeous. It's a gorgeous movie.
Yeah. Well, we got to wrap, but guys, great job. You guys have wonderful chemistry, and it was just fun to watch you two.
James, nice to see you again.
Good seeing you always,
Get a haircut,
guys.
hippie.
Yeah.
I know, right?
Yeah,
It's pandemic, man.
I know.
Yeah.
Same here.
I'll see you guys later. Hopefully next time in person.
Thank
you.
Bye, guys.
There's two kinds of people, Dad. The ones who have a B-bot and the ones who don't.
Hey guys!
Oh, sorry, I'm in your shot.
Oh, I have a filter for that.
Really? You need a B-bot to have a social life?
Yeah, Dad, kind of.
I don't want you addicted to some device. Yeah, no.
I got what you want.
Oh, Dad! You got me one!
Welcome to the show.
Hi, Barney. I'm your best friend out of my box.
What are you doing?
Barney, your B-bot is like super weird.
I am Barney's B-bot. Will you come to my secret shed and like him?
No. Okay, Ron, a bunch of your code is missing. You're supposed to know everything about me. Hair, brown. Height, 4'11".
5'11" would be better. Girls would not laugh at you.
Hey! Making friends is what he's for.
Friend request? Friend request.
If he can't do that, he's like literally pointless.
Oh, Rose is pulling my head off. You can't pull his head off. We'll get in trouble. Okay, I cannot pull his head off. I have no mega safety controls and stuff. Copy him. Find that code.
Unlock, unlock, unlock.
I'd better look into that. You think?
I'm not leaving you behind. They will send you to the Crusher.
We'll go to the Crusher together. No, crushing is not fun. Not fun. Where is it?
Find the rogue. We don't need anyone else. I currently have one friend.
That is sad and also tragic. Run for it! No problem. Are we having fun with me? Hey, buddy, how's the bebop?
Both of you, hands where I can see them.
Maybe turn it off and on again.